My view from the forsaken Frontline. The radio plays while I take the last sips of coffee from my travel mug. I savor the sweet flavor, the happy sounds of my favorite songs, the soft comfort of my driver's seat. I change into my work shoes, balancing against my car door, the rocky pavement pushing up through my socks. The main doors slide open as I approach. I'm met with hand-drawn and decorated signs faded by the direct sunlight they've endured over the last few months. You are heroes. You are special. Neither feels true anymore. I feel forgotten and isolated in an outside world that has mostly returned to summer fun. A world where people buy into conspiracy theories and the anti-mask movement. The door shut behind me as I take my N95 mask from its holding cell in a sea of identical brown paper bags. I see the familiar faces of my coworkers and I feel a sense of home. These are the people who truly understand what it's like. My coworkers are my family in these walls. I don't know what I would do without them. We find reasons to laugh. We are each other's therapists. We understand what the days are like, the feelings that ebb and flow. Our team is smaller since this started, but stronger as those that remain know how to face the storm. We show up day after day for each other, for our patients. I scribble my answers to the health questionnaire and take my temperature, 98.4 degrees. I'm allowed in. I strap my mask to my face. The metal is pinching the bridge of my nose already. I spray our common workspace with the yellow spray. It used to smell medicinal and sting my eyes. I don't notice it anymore as I drench all surfaces. Tabletop, computer keyboard, light switch, doorknob, refrigerator handle. I imagine I'm destroying the invisible demon with each swipe. I wash my hands. I review the reports from overnight. Who is sick? Who is better? Who died? I suit up for the day. I wash my hands again. I place a surgical mask over my N95. Next, the surgical gown, and cap, and gloves. I rip the gown sleeves with my thumbnail to keep the sleeve from riding up. The face shield is bigger today, and it's already fogging up. I feel the beads of sweat form on my upper lip under the mask. I push through the unit door with my hip to avoid using my hands. I don another gown over the surgical gown and a second set of gloves. Sweat builds on my brow while I discuss the day ahead with coworkers and join the procession to pass meal trays. The sounds of people waking and the smells of coffee and eggs wash over the hallway. The calm before the storm. It's non-stop movement, wrapped in layers of gear. I'm walking, stooping, reaching, lifting. It's an Olympic-style workout while wearing airtight PPE in muggy, weakly circulated air. I feel the sweat trickle down my back. I'm inches from our weakest. My hands holding theirs. My arms wrapped tightly around them to assist them out of bed, off the toilet, and into their bedside chair. I provide the most personal of care to people who profess they've lost all modesty, and I try my best to preserve some for them. There is no social distancing within these walls. Sometimes I chat with them, bring them a drink or snack. I try to let them know they aren't alone. Let them know we care. Sometimes there's no time, and the rush carries you off to the next person, the next need, the next demand. Sweat is discoloring my shirt. The little victories buoy me. The woman recovering from a stroke, dressing herself for the first time. The man with cancer packing his own bags from his wheelchair before he leaves to return home to his wife. We help them. But small joys are embedded in sadness. Further down the hall, there's the woman who's no longer verbal, descending into her isolation. The man suffering with wounds, refusing care, possibly giving up. The cheery sounds of "let's make a deal" contrast sharply with what my eyes see, my heart feels. Family is not allowed to visit. I dial the phone for someone who wants to talk to her daughter but can't see the numbers. I have a daughter too, I tell her. And the realization of being separated from family cuts me. I turn to open her shades to hide the tears in my eyes. It's been hours since I started my day. Feels like minutes, feels like a year. I go to the bathroom for the first time since I left home. Take a drink of water. It is the first liquid since my coffee this morning. It's icy and wet in my dry, prickly throat. I remove the rest of my protective gear for the last time today. I tuck my N95 into its paper bed for the night. My nose is raw. My cheeks marked with the edges of my mask. My hands burn in the soapy water as I wash my hands for the umpteenth time. I walk to my car, taking a deep breath of the warm summer air. The 100-degree heat index feels oddly refreshing on my damp skin. I change my shoes again before climbing in my car. Just as I've shed my gown and gloves and now shoes, I try to shed the stress of the day as I drive home in silence. I am home. My family hugs me, asks me about my day. Fine is the most I can muster. I can't unpack all I've tucked away on my way home. I rest. I enjoy my home and my life. My mind wanders back to my residence. Who's sick? Who's better? Who died? I pray for each of them. Tomorrow, we go again.